every time Jack Posobiec comes on, I don't know about you, but he looks like Oleg Deripaska's fucking kid. Does anybody else see that? Hold on. Let me bring up a picture. Yeah. Is it just me? That doesn't... All right. I have no evidence that he is the biological son of Oleg Deripaska, but I also have no evidence to the contrary. Yeah, it's every time he comes up, I'm like, is that an old picture of Oleg Deripaska? Seriously. But this is the same thing. Jack Posobiec on the Uniparty boxing out Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for the new Democratic frontrunner. That this is all a plot. And again, the Uniparty means rhinos and Democrats working together. Two legs and the same pair of pants. This is where they all just like human centipede with rusty trombone. And
Jack, I got to ask you, there's so much breaking news around these investigations. The executive secretary of Joe Biden, tell me about her. Tell me about what we know. She's lawyered up with one of the biggest defense lawyers in town. We want to make sure we make all these people famous. She's going to be a major personage in this.
She's going to totally be a major personage
in this entire drama. Who is she and why is she important?
Look, Steve, what we need to understand here, what everyone needs to understand.
All right, what do I need to understand? You guys, look, you guys, you didn't know you needed to understand something. You're about to understand what you need to understand.
And not only the executive secretary level, but also through the White House at all. So when I came on here 2 years ago, I explained...
Hold on. Also through the White House at all. Right.
That there was a shade war going on between the Kamala Harris faction and the Joe Biden faction.
There's a shade war. Oh, well, shit. I'm sorry. I thought it was something serious that actually amounted to a fucking hill of beans. A shade war, really? Have they gotten to the prank phase yet? Are they hashtagging each other? I'm concerned this will turn into a beef, and you know how those can go.
That has shifted because the rug has been pulled out from under their feet. The bottom has fallen out of
the bottom of what? I mean, like, inflation's going down, but the bottom of unemployment?
The Biden administration, and the White House has now turned into a battle royale.
This is the argument. So, again, I don't know why Jack thinks this is a fucking smart thing or whatever, but the idea is that it's a battle royale, that Kamala Harris is worried she's never going to get to be president because she won't be able to go into the next run next time. This I don't understand. Politically speaking, she's a very young woman. She's got plenty of time. Fucking Hillary could run again. She'd still be younger than Biden. What are you talking about? It's so weird.
The establishment's coming in and now maintaining order.
I thought the establishment already had order. I thought he was already a fucking marionette.
They're getting rid of the chief of staff. Ron Klain, gone. He was the longest serving Joe Biden true believer. He's out. Who are they putting in? They're putting in their buddy from Bain Capital, Jeff Zients. So Jeff Zients is coming.
Bain Capital. That's Mitt Romney's
coming in, and Bain Capital, just like all these other firms, and you know as well as I do, Steve, they got a couple of guys on the D column and a couple of guys in the R column. So
no, they got almost all guys in the R column and a couple of guys in the D column just to act like there's balance.
Mitt Romney's the R. This guy's over on the D side. He worked with Obama. He worked with Hillary. He comes in now, and he's going to, quote unquote, right the ship. This is the Uniparty coming in to box out Joe Biden and Kamala Harris of their own administration and clear the decks for the arrival of Gavin Newsom.
I see. So this is Gavin Newsom's Machiavellian play, because if Gavin Newsom can't run in a year and a half, a year and change, his window's gone. I just don't know how he's ever gonna be able to, like, because I mean he's what, 6 years older than Biden at this point? I honest to God, this is just, again, also, this would mean that Biden is innocent of everything they accuse him of. It's so odd. And look at this. Look at the look on his face. This is someone who's aware that they are talking out of their ass. You know what I mean? When somebody finishes a statement going, I saw the game a minute ago. The fucking, I watched to the end. Cowboys won. Like, you know that look? You're like, asshole, you didn't watch to the end. The Cowboys, they pulled it out. No, they didn't. That's look at his fucking face. Hey, Jack, can you come on the show and just say there's a big plot to push, Biden out and Kamala Harris so that Gavin Newsom, can we set that up so people can, we can stir that pot a little bit? Yeah, no problem. Do I have to mean it? Yeah, CSL, they're like writers on a shitty show. Even Bannon's not buying it.
When you talk about shade war, it's now become a battle royale. Where does the administrative state in the deep state come into this? Have they?
Yeah, no, I mean, they're everywhere. I mean, it is the deep state. What do you mean, where do they come in? They run the whole fucking show. They planted the documents. They told Biden they put the words on his podium saying he has no regrets so that they can plant other documents later at Pence's house so that they can undermine Trump's position so that they can run. I don't know. I'm running around. I'm not privy. I'm not in the writer's room. I don't know how it works.
Chosen a side, or are they mad?
What? Why would the deep state have to choose a side? I think the idea is that there are no sides, right? That's the whole purpose of this mythology around the deep state and the fucking establishment and the Illuminati while you're at it. This is basically this is like garage band Illuminati is what the establishment or the deep state is. Why would they choose a fucking side? They run the whole show. Isn't that the argument these dickheads make all the time? What is this?
Gates thinks that they're trying to form the field right now. You see this in the Pence situation.
Completely
agree.
Walk me
through your assessment.
Yeah, they're trying to broom Pence so that, again, so what? So that Trump can, it makes Trump look less bad so he can run? Because essentially, if this is the plot, the way it plays out is they did it so that Trump could run again. Ugh. Thank you, Manchita. Yes, it's a software thing in there. Hold on one second, but I will make sure while we're at it. Audio 44K 40. I'm going to switch to 48K all of a sudden. See if that fixes it. Just for the sake of it, if it doesn't freak everything out, watch it freeze the whole software. Just in case. It's this leftover whenever I start with that software going, that window open, it just always screws everything that I don't even know. Let me know if that sounds worse, because it probably does. So, all right.
Another deep state.
Look, we went through this yesterday on Human Events Daily. I know the congressman has occasionally mentioned that he listens to the show, so I don't know if he was listening to me or he just came to that formulation from his own sources, but that's exactly what I think is going on here. Steve, understand, the classified document scandals that are going on right now, the reason that you're seeing it happening to people like Trump, like Biden, Hunter Biden's probably going to be wrapped into this. Of course, you got Mike Pence now, but of course, Mike Pence, I don't even think Mike Pence is his own wife's first choice for a top candidate. But what you're seeing is the administrative state coming in and reminding the American people who's really in charge.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Yes, the administrative state, it's the bureaucracy. They're reminding the president and the former vice president that there are laws that everyone has to follow and an oath you take when you take office that requires a certain level of quality behavior. You know, like a puppet master would. Jesus Christ. Like, this is like, I suddenly pity Netflix executives who have to hear pitches like this from uncreative dickheads like this dude.
They're coming in and saying, you're not in charge. Your leaders aren't in charge. Your elected
Well, in the case of Trump and Pence, they aren't. Just
leaders aren't in charge. It's us. We'll tell you who you're allowed to vote for.
Again, look at his fucking face. Is that good? Did that? Steve, did they buy it? I said, yeah, I said that. I said, you know, I was like, yeah, they're the people who are really running things. Is that good? Did they buy it? Is that powerful enough? Am I the next Alex Jones? How do I make this happen? When do I start selling lead-lined dick pills and pancake batter in giant tubs with beans attached to this, 2 gallons for the price of 1? Do I get a free my pillow out of this? Is that possible? And there's just kind of like these weird pauses where they're like, all right.
You're a former naval intelligence officer. Given what you've seen in this
Yeah, see, he spent a lot of time looking at his own navel. Okay. Oh, yep, that is lint, and you have to be a real professional.
FBI situation, do you think the FBI and we didn't even
Do you ever run into the FBI guys on a boat?
even argue this when Hansen was exposed?
The band? Excuse me. They didn't have to do gigs for exposure. They were hit makers from day fucking one. Bop.
Back in the 80s. Do you think the FBI has been compromised? Not just an individual. Do you think they're...
Of course. By the deep state. Why are you even asking me this, Steve? The FBI has been puppeted by the Illuminati military-industrial complex establishment for fucking 4 decades. And that's why they put the fix in with Biden on, and the only person who they couldn't get hold of was Donald Trump, who was going to come in and get us out of Afghanistan and show those guys. And then he didn't, but they let him golf, so that's how they controlled him, I guess.
There may be systemic compromise of the FBI by a foreign government, sir.
Steve,
Totally.
you've got this all over Washington, D.C. If you think it's just the FBI, you haven't been paying attention. You've got Iranian compromise all over the State Department. You've got the CCP all over DIA and elements throughout the IC.
Yeah, we don't even, I mean, it's at this point, it's not even a U.S. government anymore. Yeah. Anybody who takes an oath to like that, that's not even a flag. Like if you go up to the American flags or even the Bible, if you go up to it when they're taking their oath of office, tear off the cover, it's Mao's little red book. It's just they just make a big version that can pass as a Bible.
They've got people in there. In fact, at one point during the Trump administration,
Notice he didn't bring up Russians and them having control over anybody.
CCP was recruiting members of the DIA who were part of the hashtag anti-Trump resistance to come and work as CCP agents for them. So this idea that...
Yeah. And if, by the way, if you don't automatically believe that, you haven't been paying attention. Okay. Like, can you watch a little more Don Jr. and get with the program?
We've got FBI agents and FBI officials that are double dipping. I mean, this has been going on for a long time.
Sure. Yeah, it happened. It's been going on so long, even before China opened. This is pre-Nixon.
Within our United States national security agencies. That's why the entire thing, and Steve, you and I have talked about this.
Yeah, we talk about this all the time. You know, when we're mutually masturbating each other, just how lonely this world is.
The whole thing should be uprooted, rod and stern, and you need to go with the
armor-piercing shell, tip of the spear, rod and stern. Rod and Stern are two guys who used to. Never mind, it's a long story.
Full church committee to decide what we are going to do with our.
Why would you have? What good is a fucking church committee if the entirety of the Congress and everybody is already on the take? Dumb fuck. I mean, who's the least trustworthy person you could meet? The person you trust the most. Like, honest to fucking God. Like when, at some point, people are just like they're seeing how much Alex Jones got sued for, and now they're like, Count me in.
National security.
Do you like gladiator movies, Jack?
State, because we are supposed to be a country with an intelligence community, not the other way around.
We're not supposed to be an intelligence community with a country? Is that wise words, young man. Wise.
Last thing, where's your reporting going on this? You at Human Events?
Yeah, where did, since you're making it up and just pulling it out of your ass, reach up in there and see what else, what the next log is, Jack.
Daily and with Charlie Kirk, you guys been ahead of the curve here. Where's your reporting?
No, you have not. They're not ahead of the. They're fantasizing. You shithead. This is all fucking garbage. I mean, I guess technically speaking, if your idea of reporting is just catastrophizing and making shit up.
Going on this.
Look, where we're going is we're seeing that Joe Biden, they're putting him out to pasture. Kamala Harris, they're shoving her back in the barn. They want.
So is it the agricultural secretary that's on the take then? It sounds like it. I'm just saying.
Gavin Newsom in.
Who knows nothing about farming. I don't know what they're thinking.
Mike Pence, he's getting kind of like a slap on the wrist. But of course, Mike Pence sort of self-reported because he's a dork. And, I wasn't in the room alone with a woman in those classified documents. No, not me.
It's his attempt at comedy because Mike Pence's wife won't allow him to have dinner alone with a woman that isn't her. And Steve likes it. Steve's like a moment of levity in an otherwise giant swill barrel of shit and nonsense.
He'll be in his punishment closet later today. But Steve, what we need to understand, I
think that's some sort of I don't think that's a GIMP reference. I think that's some sort of like puritanical Christian joke.
Understand is that there's only one candidate, only one man in American politics.
Only one man. The king and the land are one. We must return the sword to the king or the crops will die.
That for 35 years has been standing up to the globalists and the establishment of a worldwide global order, and that man is Donald J. Trump.
What? For 35 years? What in the ever-loving shit? That guy, if it wasn't for global financial trade, that motherfucker would have folded his tent in the early 90s. Right after his dad fucking died and left him the company. Are you out of your fucking globalists? Dude was jet setting with Epstein. How in the hell? Look at, even Steve Bannon is like, that's a reach.
Jack Posobiec, how do people get to you?
How do they find your blah, blah, blah? Like, I don't stick around for the fucking weird thing. He always does that at the end. And by the way, I'm just saying, Stephanie Miller, you could learn a thing or two. Just, I mean, it's just common decency when someone's, on your show in the last few minutes. Just kidding. That they really, I don't even know how to fucking wrap my, they really believe this. They think, again, that the deep state Illuminati establishment fucks or whatever aren't, and according to Jacko here, they're setting up Kamala Harris too. That the puppet, the criminal mastermind rigging this whole thing is Gavin fucking Newsom, who, by the way, is lovely, and unfortunately for him, in world politics, doesn't really have a Machiavellian bone in his body. He might need to get one if he's going to run for president, but I haven't seen it yet. So he's hoping that he can skate by on Carter energy, just well-meaning do-gooder. Gavin's a solid dude, but he's not. He didn't call someone. Hey guys, it's Gavin Newsom. I'm almost done with this whole California thing, and I'd like to run the whole show. And so let me know if I can arrange for any. Do I have any classified? No, I don't have any access to classified documents. Can you guys get some? Yeah, I don't know. Something from, I don't know, something from 2003 be good. maybe, I don't know, mid-90s. Stuff that's not dangerous if it gets out. It's still got the word classified on it, but, you know, yeah, I don't know, some, like a menu from a social event that, yeah, they didn't, yeah, that'd be great. Just drop it off and put it, and you want me to drop it? How the fuck am I supposed to get in this garage? It's locked. Hello? Hello? this oh, God, this is so stupid. And I'm going to enjoy every second of it, by the way.